What's up everyone, Tiffany Quinn here, and this is our full body pyramid training workout. Today's dumbbell strength training is designed to challenge your mental toughness and your lift capacity with a total of 4 separate exercises performed in pyramid format on a scaling and descaling timer. The only thing you'll be needing for today's workout is a pair of dumbbells that will challenge you, and I'd also highly recommend having a lighter set nearby to swap to as you start to feel that fatigue. Now smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel for a new routine every week. Don't forget to grab your free May Fitness guide from the links below. Within it, I'll be bringing you a new pyramid style format every week throughout the month, and you're certainly not going to want to miss it, especially if you love a good challenge. Okay everyone, let's go ahead and do this. What's up everyone? Welcome in for our workout today. Now I'm equally excited and nervous, although I will say more so excited for this workout because it is going to be pretty brutal. So I've decided that the best thing to do is to get us straight into it. Now as far as the format goes, we have 4 pyramid sets to go through in total. We'll be starting off with our sumo squats. Our second pyramid set will be for chest presses. The third set will be for our deadlift to row. And then our fourth and final set will be our Arnold presses overhead. I would definitely recommend having a lighter set of weights nearby so that you can switch to them to offset fatigue as needed. And of course, take extra breaks throughout the workout and pace yourself through these exercises. Now, as far as our timer setup goes, we've got an upscale and a descale timer. So the upscale timer is going to be set for 30 seconds work, another 60 seconds work, another 90 seconds work, all of the same exercise, then back down, same thing, 90 seconds work, 60 seconds work, 30 seconds work, and throughout each interval, you will have a 20-second rest between. Now, once we've finished up that exercise, I'll give you an extended rest period for 60 seconds before we go to the next one. All right? So let's go ahead, get into our first position, and get that timer started. So the feet are coming nice and wide, 45-degree angle outward. We're coming down with the knees wide like we're sitting into a chair and lifting back up with the torso tall and that weight held low. Going in 3. Going in 2, it's gonna be a challenge. Going in 1, starting with our 30-second timer, coming down, trying to tap the mat with that weight, and back up. Again, pacing yourself throughout. And lift. Pressing up through the heels, squeezing those glutes as you come up. Torso tall and lifted, chest is proud, facing straight ahead. Try to get 3 more in there for me. 2 more. And on that last one, lower the weight down, and please, by all means, take that 20-second rest. So I am using my 20-pound weight today. However, you may see me switch to that lighter weight as I start to fatigue. In 7 seconds, we've got our first minute timer. In 3, 2, 1, shoulders are away from the ears, coming down, tap that mat, back up. I can assure you that your quads are going to be on fire by the end of this one. Slowly down, slowly up. At your own pace, using weights that are appropriate for your level, and going without them as needed. And raise, but I assure you, we're gonna get through this one together. 4 of our favorite exercises, right? And raise. And raise. 25 seconds to go. You're more than halfway through this one. And that descale timer is going to be pretty motivating. And raise. And raise. Try to get 3 more. On this last one, lower that weight. Starting to feel a bit shaky. The burn in the quads is happening. We now have our minute and 30 seconds to go through. Now the timer on screen is going to be a 60-30, just so that you're aware, all right? Going in 5, 4, 3, find that energy. Let's take it down, slowly up. Now if I talk less through this one, not only do I want you to focus on what you're doing, but I'll be pacing myself as well. And raise through the heels. Knees are nice and wide. Coming down like you're sitting into a chair. Remember, after we're finished with the sumo squats, we're going down to the mat for chest presses, almost relaxing. And raise. And raise. Less than a minute. Fight through it. Feel the burn in your quads. Try to fight through that too. Know that you're gonna make it through this because we're already at the halfway of this exercise once we get through this timer. And raise. And raise, 30 more seconds. Don't drop that weight yet. 25. Then a 20-second rest. Then we go back down, scaling down the pyramid. So we're climbing up, up, up in intensity. Then we go down, down, down. 10 more seconds. Let's try to get 2 more. On that last one, lower that weight, take that 20-second rest, grab some water as needed. We are now going down the pyramid. So as we hiked up the intensity, now we get to bring it back down. Going in 8, I'll give you another angle here. 5. Shoulders away from the ears, no slouching. Keep the form right, let's go. Pressing up through the heels, knees are wide. Again, keeping the torso tall. Chest lifted. If you're using a much heavier weight than I am, even slower. And of course, like I said before, if you need to, lower that weight to the side, have a moment. Just you and your body doing the exercise. And then when you feel like you can, pick it back up or go with a lighter weight for the descale. Not a problem. Breathing throughout. Keep the shoulders down. Self-coaching, self-monitoring when you do need a break. If you feel your form is starting to get a bit wonky, take that extra moment, rest a little bit, maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or even pause the video, and then jump back in. 30 more seconds. Oh man, okay, the quads are really fired up now. I don't know about you. 20 seconds. Even slower if you need to. Even a pause at the bottom, I don't care, just try to keep going. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, lift it up, lower that weight down, take that 20-second rest. I think I am going to switch to my 15-pound weight next because I feel those quads burning. All right, we've got our minute timer to follow, then a 20-second rest, then 30 seconds, then a whole minute break to come down to the floor. Let's go. If you can, try to keep those legs a little bit wider than last time. Try to sink it a little bit lower and feel that stretch in the quads as you come down, contracting on the way up. I want you shaking by the end of this. We're gonna feel it. We're gonna feel it in the morning and know that we put in some really good work today. All strength training. If you need to, take an extra moment at the top. Make this workout your own, but make sure you try your best through it. It's all you can do any day of the week, right? And raise. And raise, 15 seconds. Looking forward to those chest presses now, right? 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And lower that weight down to the mat. All right, I'm definitely gonna try for my 20-pound weight again for this last interval. And then remember, we come down to the mat and lay down for our chest presses. So you only have 8 seconds to go for our last interval of this exercise. In 3, 2, legs are wide. 1, let's go, rep it out. Try to tap down to the mat, try to keep the same range that you were in before. This should be your last hurrah for this exercise. All of these reps, these final reps, are your best reps. Focusing straight ahead, giving it your all for 3, 2, Last one, lift it up, and you have an entire minute to take a break. Okay, that is one exercise down out of the 4 that we're doing today. And personally, I think that was sort of the hardest one, with the exception of Arnold overhead presses, which we will actually be lightening the load for anyway. All right? So I'm sticking with my 20s for the chest presses. I am going to have my 15s nearby in case at any point I need to switch because I feel my form going off. Very important not to feel bad about needing to lighten the load. We're working on endurance here. Things start to get fatigued, completely normal. All right, 20 seconds, the feet are in line with the hips. Relax your head down on the mat. Get yourself ready for a good burn. Working into the pectorals. 10 seconds. We're starting from the up position, coming up through the elbows. Shoulders are down flat on the mat. In 3, 2, 1. Palms are faced away, coming down to the sides. And raise, again, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. Pacing yourself throughout. If you want, you can also take the weights at a slight angle. Relieve some of the tension on the shoulders. You've got this. Great job. If you made it through that first set, you can make it through the next 3. 2 more reps here. Last one. As you come up, weights come in, palms face each other, down towards the elbows, and relax those weights down for 15 seconds. Next up is our minute timer. Breathe, have a moment, feel good about the work you've already put in, but we've got to make it to the end. In 2. In 1, if you're using very heavy weights, use that momentum to come up. Slowly lower the elbows to the mat and press. And press. I actually took Jason, if you don't know who Jason is, that's my husband, through this workout this weekend as I wanted to go through it, but not the day of or the day before. And he tired out maybe 4 to 5 intervals in. So you've got this. I know you can. You've done harder things with me before. To the mat and raise. Not that he's super weak or anything. I don't mean it like that. But he hasn't been going to the gym consistently. So those of you who are consistently working out with me, I know you can do this. 15 more seconds. Breathing in through the nose as you come down, out through the mouth to press. Try to get 2 to 3 more in there. 1 more, lift up, palms are in to bring those elbows down towards the waist and onwards to our final upscale timer, and then we go back down scale. So working up that pyramid, increasing the intensity for 3 intervals straight, and then back down. Going in 5, 4, just enough time to bring some energy back to the muscles, 2, and 1. Focus. Shoulders are drawn away from the ears, elbows towards the mat, and press. And press. Breathing throughout. And the other thing is we actually have a professional massage scheduled for both of us tomorrow, which I am definitely going to be looking forward to the entire way through this. Elbows to the mat and press. Working through the pectorals. Think about squeezing that muscle. The larger pectoral muscle. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze up and lower. Think about the stretch as you come down, the contraction on the way up. Using just the slightest bit of momentum here to press your way back up towards the ceiling. And press. And press. Another 30 seconds, then it's downscale. Trying to keep the hands parallel with the shoulders as you straighten up. 20 seconds to go. If you need to, take a break or lighten the load, I don't mind. Another 4. And 3, I'm feeling it. And 2. Give me 1 more. Press it up, palms to face in, elbows down towards the waist. I am now going to switch to my 15-pound weights for our next set, and then I'll probably switch back to those 20s. So you have 12 more seconds. Straight back to chest presses. In 5, 4, 3, here we go. 2, and 1. 1:30 on the timer. Elbows come down towards the mat. If you can, try to gently tap that mat and then come back up. Try to expand that range of motion just a bit. Breathing through it the whole way through. In through the nose, out through the mouth to press. Another thing I'll do when I need to rest and I don't necessarily want to put the weights down is I'll hold them in a hover. And I'll hold them here until I feel like I have some energy back, and then I'll come back down and up. Chest presses are definitely one of my favorites. And if you really, really love chest presses, next week we'll be doing a burn for our arms using the bench. Of course, you can do the same move on the mat, but if you do have a bench, we will be including that next week for our chest presses and other exercises that I have planned for our pyramid series. And press. 35 seconds. 2 more intervals to follow after that. One, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, at your own pace, using me only as a guide. Another 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, lift it up, palms face in and down towards the waist. All right, I think I'm gonna use this next second to go with those 20-pound weights again and see how I do. If I need to, I will put them down, but I'm gonna try for it in 8 seconds. Relax the shoulders back and down. Remember to keep those away from the ears. In 2, in 1. 2 more intervals to go. Should be feeling a lot better now that you're on the down scale. I feel like as we're doing that climb up the pyramid, that's when it's really challenging. And then the motivation tends to hit me more as I know I'm going down in the timer, down in the timer, down again, until there's nothing left to do. "30 seconds left, halfway through this interval. Oh, I feel this one. Sorry if there's heavy breathing in the mic, I do apologize, but I think you can relate. And press. I'm gonna switch back to those 15s now. I'm definitely feeling that muscular fatigue happening. And to offset it to keep going, I'm switching those weights. Another 4, 3, 2. Last one, come up, palms in, elbows towards the waist, 20 seconds. Then we have our final 30 seconds. Keep going, don't give up on that last 30-second bit, all right? If you need to go without the weights, I don't care, give it meaning, squeeze the bra line. In 5 seconds, we're coming back for our last interval, and then we have a minute break before we go into deadlifts. Let's go. Palms are out to start, coming down towards the mat, and up for that final burner. Give it meaning. Give yourself a reason to keep going. What is your reason to keep going? I want you to think about it right now. And as you're staring at the ceiling, pretend that's yourself up there looking down at you, telling you that you're gonna keep on going, you're not gonna give up. For 2. Last one, press up, palms in, elbows towards the waist, lower those weights to the mat. We are now going into our narrow deadlift with the row. So what we're going to do here, because I wanted to make sure we had all 5 movement patterns throughout this workout, between our squats, our hinges, our push, our pull, our press. We're gonna do the rows included with the deadlifts for the up scale. On the down scale, we're going to omit the row, unless of course you wanna continue with it. So I will be using my 20 pounds for this. We're hinging forward as we come down. Think about flexion through the hips and extension through the hips rather than just dropping the body up and down. Keeping the weights close to the body. We're gonna turn the palms in as we hit the last part of our rotation. Elbows in towards the waist for the row. Lower, palms to face the thighs, and back up. In 7 seconds. You guys ready? I'm ready, let's do this. We only have 30 seconds to start. In 2, in 1. Painting down the front of the thighs, turn the palms to face each other towards the waist, lower down, and back up. Stopping at the end of your hip rotation. Row, lower, and raise through the hips. Flexion through the anterior hip tissue and extension on the way up. One more here. Lift yourself back up into an upright position and get ready for our following minute interval. I actually feel that my legs are already shaking from that first set of sumo squats. I'm ready for it though. I was ready this whole day for this workout, really looking forward to the challenge of it. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back is staying straight throughout, facing the direction you're going. Feel that stretch of the hamstrings. Include that row and raise. Row, lower, upright position. Lower down, row, lower, and back up. Stretching through the hamstrings, contracting through the hamstrings. Eye gaze stays forward facing the entire way. This feels like a breeze, again, compared to the first set of sumo squats. 20 seconds left here. Then we've got our final upscale timer to go through. Again, take extra breaks as you need them. It's not a problem. This is a challenge. I want your form to be correct over the amount of reps that you get in. Last row, and back up. Squeezing the core tight throughout. You've got 15 seconds, then we go into our minute and a half. Feeling good. Feeling sweaty, but I'm feeling good about it. In 7 seconds. Trust me, you've got this. Do not give up on it. We are on the down scale after this. In 2, in 1. Painting down the front of the thigh, keep the weights close. Row, lower, and raise. Remember, this is our last set of rows, unless you desire to keep going with them. After this, it's going to be deadlifts only. Row, lower, raise. Row, lower, raise. When you come into that row, make sure that the elbows are staying in line with the waist, and we're not collapsing forward with the shoulders. I want the scapula set in stone right now. Shoulders are still drawn away from the ears. And back up. 45 seconds to go. And back up. You're doing incredible. You're almost to the end of this interval. Last 30 seconds, then a 20-second rest. If you need to, you can even keep that range a bit higher, coming only to the knees. Row, lower, back up. 20 seconds left. Let's get 2 more. And up, last one, last row. Lower the weights and take that 20-second rest. My legs are doing this right now. Okay, I am gonna switch to my 15s for that first down scale, considering it's a whole 90 seconds. That is a long time to go. And in 8 seconds, we start our down slope of that pyramid, the motivating point of each set. In 2, in 1, deadlift only. Down and back up, keeping the weights in front now. And back up. Stopping at the end of your hip rotation, feeling that stretch, giving it a moment at the bottom, and then raising up through the heels. Try lifting the toes up just a little bit. It's gonna help you place the weight where you need it. And by that, I mean your own body weight. 1 more minute to go, then a 20-second rest. I'll admit, I'm feeling a bit fearful of our Arnold presses right now, but I know we're gonna get through it, and I know if we need to take breaks, we will. Painting down the front of the thigh, lifting back up through the glutes, through the hamstrings, through your hip extension. 30 seconds left. Come on, fight through it with me. Another option is to use one weight only, holding it between your 2 hands, and raise. I'll put on some good music for you guys. 15 seconds. instead of just listening to my breathing through the mic right now. All right, 2 more. And up. Last one, last raise. Have a moment, you have 20 seconds. And then we've got our down slope once again. 2 more timers to go through. We've got 1 minute and then a 30 seconds. Going in 8 seconds. So this is why we have this, by the way. I'll tell you in about 3 seconds after we've gotten started. In 2, in 1, take it away. So I actually bought a new timer, which I did not know existed, where you can set as many intervals as you like. So this is actually a 13 interval setup. And raise. So for the longest time I was working with, you could only have 2. So you had to break down the timing format and kind of remember where you were at in terms of 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, adding or subtracting to them. So it's really nice to be able to just follow 13 different intervals and switch things up quite a bit. And raise, we've got 20 more seconds. Then it's our final one, and then our final exercise. By the way, this is 5 minutes each exercise, if you weren't sure how much time we were putting into one. And raise. 3 more. 2 more, keep that core tight. Last one, lower those off and get ready for that final interval. Then we have a 60-second rest, and then I'd like you to go with your lighter weights for our Arnold presses, because these are definitely going to fatigue the shoulders if they're not already just from holding them. Going in 4, only downside to free weight training, in my opinion, is that you have no choice but to hold those weights, even if you're working lower body. All right, let's go. Pinching down the front of the thighs, the calves if you can rotate that far, and raise 20 seconds. Feeling good about it. Back is staying straight throughout. If at any point you feel that you're rounding, try to lessen that range of motion or lighten the load that you're using. Last one, finish that final rep for me. Take that minute breather. And now we have our Arnold presses. All right, if you want, you can also do these from a seated position, depending on how fatigued your legs are right now. Otherwise, you can do these in kneeling or standing. So Arnold overhead press. The weights are starting in at the shoulders. I'll be going with my 10-pound weights for these. We're pressing overhead and bringing it down. We're gonna rep this one out. We're gonna make it to the end so that we have all 5 movement patterns that are commonly used in fitness and all 5 of the exercises, 4 of the exercises that I planned for us today. So sumo squats done, chest press is done, deadlift and row done. Last one up is the overhead press. You knew I was gonna make you do it, right? Going in 10 seconds. Just breathe, have a little moment to yourself before I'm drilling you again on when to get started. In 2, here we go. In 1, weights are at the shoulder, core is tight, back is straight, press, and palms come back in. Palms out, palms in. The entire way through, not jutting the head forward, not holding it too far back, right in line with your back, in line with your booty. If you're standing, small bend in the knees for me. I'm gonna get 1 more rep in there. Coming up, coming back in, elbows towards the waist as you come down and lower those weights off. 20-second rest, then into our next upscale. 2 upscales, 3 downscales to go. Just think of it as like tallying off each one. We're striking them out. In 4, 3, 2, let's go ahead. Overhead press, back into the shoulders. Keep going for me. I do need a little bit of water. 50 seconds to go. And I'm actually gonna go with my 20 pounds for this next minute. I might regret it, but let's give it a shot. Overhead, back in towards the shoulders. Core is tight, back is straight, facing straight ahead. Trying to keep the arms nice and even on the way up and on the way down. Shoulders are not hunching up towards the ears as you raise. Feeling the beat in the music, finding your energy, finding your power and your strength. You just made it this far, you're gonna keep on going to the end. Even if it means you have to alternate. I don't mind that either. You're still getting more reps in. Time under tension, that's what we want. Press and slow to lower. Finish that last rep for me. Bring it in, I feel the shake and the tremble, and back down. All right, 20 seconds. Now we go into our 90-second interval. We have 2 90-second intervals to go. I know this is a very long time frame. If you want, you can alternate or take a break when you see that 30-second timer come up. And then back in after 10 seconds. All right, change the rest ratio if you need to. Press, and palms come into lower. Give me your best, give me everything you've got. Press, and palms back in. Again, if you're standing, like so, micro bend in the knees. And back in. And back in. A lot of the times I'll take my arms at about a 30-degree angle forward to work into the anterior deltoid better and to protect the shoulder, the rotator cuff. I will leave that up to you. Again, making the workout your own. And knowing you were in it today, you were in it to sweat. If you showed up for this one, you wanted a good workout. I'm here to bring it your way. Press and lower. And if you're still going and you feel like you're about to tap out, but you know you can keep going, you feel that in you, pretend I'm in the room next to you. I'm watching you and I'm cheering you on and I'm telling you to keep going. Press and lower, 30 seconds. Just focus. We're almost to the end of the longest interval we have, one of 2. Palms out, palms in, palms out, palms in. Last one. Bring it in, slow to lower, 20-second rest, then back in. If you want to, a few shoulder rotations between, internal to external rotation. Waking things back up a bit because we know they were tense for a pretty long time. And in 8 seconds, we're going back into them. This time I'm switching to my 5-pound weights because I do feel that I need that. And there's no shame in it. All right, palms in, palms out. Yeah, I feel the fatigue, definitely. Definitely there. And then actually last night I filmed for you. It'll have been released last week, but it was our scapular protraction retraction workout. These are sore today. Press and lower. I'm currently getting ready for vacation. So I'm on double film week number 2. I got 1 more double film week to go, and then I actually get a 3-week break from filming the workouts, from editing, and all the things that go into these for you. Press out, slow to lower. Press out, slow to lower, 50 seconds. 45 seconds. Just keep on going for me. Come on, fight through. You're tough. You've got this. Overhead, back down. Even if it's 3/4 of a rep, I don't mind. That's still an overload progression. 30 seconds. I'm in the room with you. I'm standing there with you. I'm telling you to keep going. I'm like, hey girl, you got this. I know your arms are shaking, but you've only got 15 seconds left. Press and lower. I'm watching you. Press and lower. 15 seconds. Another 4 and 3. 2 more. Come on, final one of that really long interval. Bring it in slow for 3, 2, 1, and lower. 1 minute left, and then a 30-second interval left. I think I can swap back to those 10 pounds now. So this is how I train, by the way. I will go based on how my body's feeling, how my muscles are feeling, how taxed they are, fatigued, what exercise comes first, which one is last, and I will base it on which weight I pick up. That's how I train. Let's go. Overhead press and lower. If I feel like I can't keep going with the same weight for 17 sets, an exaggeration, a hyperbole if you will, then I'm not going to use that same weight. And I never feel bad about it, no matter what. I'm getting the work in, and I know that if I'm feeling taxed, it's because I'm doing what I should be doing. Press and lower. Press and lower. 30 seconds. And down. Like right now, I'm feeling myself start to go off. I'm going to take that 4-second break, and then I'm going to switch to those 5s again. And I'm going to keep on going because I know that I can. I know that I've got that power in the bank. So it is a form of self-coaching here, self-monitoring. And then there's a point where if you know you're overdoing it, that's when you need to be able to self-monitor enough to stop. Take that break. Take an extra break, an extended break. Last rep, lower down, and we've got our 30 seconds. This is our last one, guys. This is our last exercise, our last interval. I'm here to keep you going. I'm here to power you through it. If you need to, go no weights. Doesn't matter to me. I know that we're gonna do this for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. I'm going 15s for this. Let's do it. Press out. Bring those weights back into the shoulder. Everything is controlled. You're upright through the body. You're tall. The chest is lifted. The core is tight. The back is straight. Head in line with the neck. In line with the back. In line with that cute booty you worked on earlier. Another 3. Oh, and 2. Last one. Bring it in. Lower those trembling arms. Still control them even if they're shaking. And lower the weights down to the mat. All right, seriously, how do you feel? How did that workout go for you? Did you take as many breaks as I did? Did you need to lighten the load quite a few times? I want to hear the feedback on this. This is the first time that I've ever filmed for you with an entire 5 minutes of the same exercise. 4 of my favorite exercises. I hope there's some of yours. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. This is day 1 of our pyramid series, by the way. So if you haven't yet, be sure to grab your calendar for the links below. Every week throughout this month, I'll be bringing you a different variation and varying timer formats for a pyramid style workout alongside the 5 workouts you get in that calendar to complete throughout the week, all right? So, hope you had a good time. Make sure to slam that like button for me, subscribe if you didn't, and I'll see you for the next one. A moment of silence, because that was the longest duration that we've ever gone through a single exercise in one of my workouts in anything I've ever uploaded for you. In other words, you absolutely have to let me know how that went. What was your greatest challenge throughout the workout, and which one was your greatest achievement? Now, I can't wait to hear your feedback on this, but be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me if you made it all the way through, or even tried your best. Subscribe to the channel for a new routine every week, and don't forget to grab your free May Fitness calendar from the links below. With every week this month, I'll be bringing you a new pyramid style format, and next week we'll be performing a shredded chest and shoulders workout using a bench. However, you can also do these exercises on the mat. All right, everyone, I can't wait to go through the next one with you, and I'll see you there.